Welcome to the In My Opinion Show with Ronald Barrington Robinson and friends, seen on internet 24 hours, 7 days a week. I want to welcome our millions of viewers worldwide, but first I want to introduce our very talented co-hosts. We have Mr. Henry Hatter. Welcome.
Hi, Ron.
We have Mrs. Jackie Williams.
Hello, everyone.
And we have Dr. Denise Smith Allen.
Hello, everyone.
All right. Let's talk about USA versus Russia. Is President Trump a Russian spy? The drama played out in regards to the bombing of an airport in Syria, which is a ploy to excite Trump supporters and other war hawks and to up Trump's slumping approval rating in the United States. That has plummeted to the lowest of all presidents that have ever occupied the White House. Yes, it was awful witnessing the death of those children on television, but this was not the first time Syrian President Assad has killed his people. In 2013, he massacred hundreds with poison gas. Millions have sought sanctuary in Jordan and Turkey. Syrian President Assad must be replaced by any and all means necessary. Assad has butchered hundreds of thousands of Syrian men, women, and children, and has another million plus imprisoned. He is a tyrant. And the world can't continually put up with these type of so-called. They're not leaders. If you're going to kill thousands of your own people, that makes you a murderer, plain and simple. All right. And if I had been president, I'd have dropped that bomb right on Damascus, right on wherever Assad was at. I'd have took out his whole family. All right. Henry, what are your thoughts?
No, it's Ron. I think we're on the same page. I apologize to you because I was gonna beat you up, but
come on with it.
Well, you did say that Assad needs to go, and most people around the world believe that. When you kill people innocently by dropping poison gas and gagging them to death, and that's illegal anywhere over the world. Using gas.
Crimes against humanity.
Yes, that's a crime against humanity. I'm glad that you took the position, but I was a little taken back when you classified Donald Trump as part of this kind of terrorist. They don't connect. And what if you said you would remove the whole family? You would kill the whole family.
The whole shebang.
But I don't know whether that's what we want to do in retaliation, but I do think that we need to react, and I believe that President Trump is reacting to that. He sent over the bomb of all bombs, mother bomb.
Moab. All right.
And,
okay. Another ploy to take the pressure off of his investigation. All right.
Did he tell you that?
Yes.
No.
All right. In so many words, yes.
No.
Evidence told us that.
No. That's what you must do. There's such a thing as procedures and practices in
What's
war.
the difference from the United States taking out Gaddafi and his whole family? What's the difference between the United States taking out Saddam Hussein and his whole family?
Well
all right.
I don't know.
This Assad is no different.
Well, Trump has not poisoned people. He has not even killed people. But he's
Sure. How do you mean he hasn't killed people?
We're talking about Syria, right?
Okay.
But you compared Trump with...
Because there's a connection.
well, there may be a connection. That's a connection that I don't know about. I have no evidence.
Your TV
I can't
don't
count
work?
on it.
Your TV don't work?
Yes, I watch TV, but I
Okay,
don't
well,
believe everything
if
that
your
I see.
TV works, you don't have to believe everything
Well,
you see. How about evidence? Because it's connected to Russia. There is not just, there are several things that you're missing.
But have you ever heard of people against everything?
Trump.
Yeah, I mean, there are people that is against everything.
Republicans.
They're sadists and all of those people out
Right.
there. It's just
You know them, don't you?
theorists and stuff like
Right.
that. And you can't believe everything.
Anytime a man will tell the world that if his daughter wasn't his daughter, all right, he would have sex with her. All right, so
I'm not
goes
sure.
that goes to show
You
you
take
that he's not dealing with a full deck either.
Is that
And anytime he gets in trouble, he's always blaming somebody else.
Okay.
do you
Let me remind you all that our conversation
Yeah.
really is geared towards whether
Syria.
Trump is a Russian spy
Yeah.
and what has happened in Syria.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm trying to say. And guys, I think we need to decide whether we are going to support here the American perspective or Assad's perspective. And that's what it's all about. Do we react to Assad? Did he do something that was inhumane against human rights? Yes, we say he did. Do I believe that? Yes. Do you believe? You said it. And the most of us here agree that that was a violation of human rights. We need to focus on it. The president sends out the moon bomb, and he breaks open the tunnels and kills the insurgents. And that's what most people wanted to happen in this country. Most people around the world wanted to see that happen. So we don't equate the actions of our president with that of Assad. It's the wrong thing to do.
No, I'm not equating. What I'm saying is that what they said, we reported on TV, was that when we bombed those, what was it, 24? How many hits did we do the first time?
I think it was 60, wasn't it?
59.
59. Okay, when we did the 59, did you not know that nothing was targeted? So they said that
They don't send bombs without. Hey, hang on.
No,
Those
hold
are-
on.
those
Let
are
me finish.
intelligent-
Let me
okay, go
finish.
ahead.
So what they were saying is that they said the reason why he actually did it, because first he said on several interviews that he didn't care, and it didn't involve us, and that we should not get involved. Then he said, well, it's starting to bother me because it's children. But they said they were pushing him because Russia did not want us to do anything because they're okay with what's going on there. See, so they were showing an alliance with Russia. Do you understand what I'm
No,
saying now?
I don't see the alliance.
Okay. Well, one of the things that
I don't see that.
troubled me was the fact that with all the bombing that occurred, they were able to get their airport up and running the following day. So they didn't hit any strategic points.
That's right.
Okay, so that was something that made me take pause and say, okay, so again, this to me was a ploy. You know, yes, he said, I'm concerned about the children. Okay, but all along there were tweets that he had made while he was going through his campaign and things of that nature saying for President Obama to stay out of there. He was saying that consistently. So now his back is up against the wall. He knows he is being outed or exposed as having some type of alliance with Russia. So this again was, you know, a deflection, you know, a move to you know, take attention away from what's going on here. So the American people are smarter than that.
I don't see it.
Well, you may not see
I
it.
don't
but
see it. I don't
but-
see the deflection, and I don't see
Yes,
the ploy
absolutely.
yet.
Yes, absolutely.
But I do see perhaps it was somewhat that he wanted to move ahead with it without thinking it through.
He moved ahead with it, and of course he didn't think it through because the right thing to do, especially if you're talking, this was almost a declaration of war, and at this point he should have had some contact with the Congress to get the okay and get some kind of
You don't have to
rationale.
have-
Oh yes, you
Yes, you
do.
do.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Constitutionally, you've got to have.
No.
It's got to go through Congress.
No.
Yes.
To an act of
Get
war
your facts
has to
straight.
go through Congress.
We're not talking about act of war.
But a military action does not go through war. It goes to the President of the United
Goes
States,
through
the Chief
Congress
Executive.
first.
But what they
Goes through
said was
Congress.
he did not even consult his people, the professionals that are there
He
in
consulted
place.
the military.
We have
Which
more than just the military. We have
but the people cannot be involved in all of this. We don't run the country by a committee. The country
No.
is run by specific individuals.
and I
charged
understand that.
with-
And what they said was that another thing, we violated the policy. So we have some type of policies that were in place that we're not supposed to do certain things, and we violated that by doing what we did. So they were saying that if they had went to Congress and went to the proper people, we would have known what we should
No, we
have
don't
done.
have to go through Congress, guys. Only
Check
on the
your facts,
Declaration.
Mr. Hatter.
When President Roosevelt, 1941, December the 7th, he went to Congress and said, we have been attacked by the infamous community of Japan. And therefore, I'm asking you for a declaration of war. Now, all the others were military actions.
Okay, well, President Obama had also gone to Congress and was stymied, and he wasn't able to do it. But I was listening to a Democratic congressman out of California, an Asian person, who in fact said what he did was illegal. He is a congressman. He stated it publicly that what he did was illegal.
That was his perspective.
No, you know, I
Anytime
think
the president can take has the
No,
power
but-
as the commander in chief.
But you must
to take
understand.
certain executive orders.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I also understand that as a congressman, I think he should know what the parameters are.
Yeah.
And he
Right.
clearly stated what those were, and he said he was out of bound. So I'm going to take it from him as opposed to you.
And so did the, and so did, and so did, and so did,
If he said it, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
he said it.
concede,
And so
but I
did-
don't think you have to have the
and so did,
declaration
and
of
so
war.
did the framers of the Constitution stated in the Constitution.
That
okay.
only for declaration of war,
All right?
but not for military action.
Yes. All right.
By the way, guys, just to show you how really confusing it is for all of this, do you go back and think about the Civil War. Now, the president passed the proclamation, declamation, right? That was not the law. They had to go through Congress. All laws must go through Congress to become anything to become law. But many people thought that his proclamation was a law, but it didn't. It had, and if you saw Lincoln, he had to get people. He had to twist their arms and break their arms for them to pass that legislation, so that the freedom of slaves would be.
And that was Congress.
Yeah, that was Congress.
So what is your argument?
That seemed
My
like
argument
that was
was
on
there
our
are certain
side.
things that have to go through Congress. They're not law. All executive actions by the president is not the law, but it's a circumstantial or it's impromptu actions that must be taken at the time to protect the interest of the American people.
Well, Trump broke the law, as plain and simple as when time will
I
tell
wish
what
we
will
had
show you.
someone to call
Okay.
in and
All right.
Well, we have a lot of people that are alarmed by what he did, and now they're saying that we are putting ourselves, because now we have North Korea is threatening us because of the violation.
North Korea has been threatening us for years.
No, they
Okay.
really are
Yeah,
threatening.
we're going to get to that one too, aren't we?
And they're masking on the border, North Korean Army and Navy and Air
What,
Force
North Korea?
of close to South Korea border.
Well,
All right. So I don't know if that's just a show. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is that who really knows? You know, I'd like to be a fly on the wall in one of them boardrooms, you know, or wherever they discuss this stuff, to actually see what's really going on instead of this secondhand, third-hand information that we're being fed, you know, through newsprint or electronic print.
The other
Okay.
thing in your question, you said, is he a Russian spy? Is he against the United States?
All that is just a bunch of what's it? 3 mile.
Rhetoric.
3 mile. You know, when you take the peanut shells or whatever and switch.
It's a shell-
All right.
shell
It's
game.
more-
It's a
yeah.
shell game. All that is a shell game. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, Stevie Wonder can see through that. All right, and he's blind.
Yeah.
All right, and it's just a ploy. And this guy, he thinks he's a master, you know what I mean? Because he thinks he's some hell of a real estate, whatever. But this man has been, he's lost millions. He's filed bankruptcy 3 or 4
But
times.
you're getting so many issues here, I'm losing
No,
track.
well, you got to pay attention to the issues, all right? One has to pay, at least I do, pay attention to the issues and see what's out there, and intelligent, and using an intelligent analysis, all right, as much as possible. Because when you keep hearing so much stuff, okay, this man, okay, we'll see what happens come all taxes supposed to be in by here in a couple of weeks. We'll see if he's gonna come up with another lie, all right? Because I guarantee you, all right, that he doesn't show them taxes because he's got millions of dollars tied up over in Russia, all right? And Russia has something.
wrong with that?
Russia.
Hey, what's
no,
wrong
just
with
let me
it?
finish. Russia has something on Trump.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
That's waited to be. We'll
See,
wait
all
to
this
see.
is a game. That's not the word I'm looking for. Between Trump and Russia. All right. Putin is pulling his strings.
Yes.
That's the
Putin
bottom line.
thinks he is.
No,
No, he
Putin
is.
is pushing his
Putin pushes
pulling his strings.
himself around in the world's got everybody intimidated except Trump.
No, you got Trump.
Everybody
He got
intimidated, folks.
Trump won't
except
say
Trump.
anything bad about Putin. He won't
Well,
say
nothing.
anything
That
Nothing.
bad
depends on
about
what his
him.
strategy is.
No, he don't have a
And Putin is a mass murderer himself.
That's right. He don't have a
All right, he's
strategy.
invaded countries and so forth. Trump's got something on.
No, Putin
Putin
has
has something
something on
on Trump.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Well,
hopefully,
that will come out
hopefully,
if it
when they
is.
kick Nunes to the curb,
Yeah.
all right, because
They
he
just
violated.
Did. They just did.
Exactly.
They just made him. Well, he stepped down.
You know,
because he-
exactly.
yeah.
But guys, you're speaking speculation.
No, we're
facts
speaking.
are
We're
here.
speaking. What facts? What facts do you have that he's
I
not?
don't have any facts. I'm just
Okay.
arguing the rationale here. Would a president of the United States take an issue where he completely turns his back on the American people, aligns himself with
For money.
the most powerful, next most powerful enemy in the
What
world?
was that president that got kicked out of office?
Nixon.
Nixon was one, and then there was another one.
Watergate.
Then there was another one before him. All right, back in 1800s or something. All right. What was it?
Jackson?
No, Arnold. What's it?
Benedict Arnold. He was not.
Benedict Arnold.
He was
a traitor.
Yeah, but he may have been
All right.
a traitor. But
Okay.
look at what you're saying.
And
You're
Trump's
saying-
a traitor, and he should be. Hopefully, he'll be brought up on treason charges. All
Well,
right.
you can tell that we're in the United States because we can say anything we want to and don't have to have any proof.
Well, the difference is, you know why we don't have a lot of proof? It's because where it used to be, where the White House was transparent, it has been closed now. So you don't have the media able to travel with our leaders anymore. You don't have our media able to be on the ground so they can report firsthand, because he is picking and choosing what he allows to come in and to go out.
Now,
If I'm not crooked, why would I do that? Because every time something do leak, it's always something linking him back to Russia and all of the meetings they were having, and Flynn is ready to give it up.
Flynn should not have been chosen in the first place.
He's his friend.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
good friends before he got in trouble.
He should have.
The thing,
And this
the thing
Manafort guy, too.
Yeah, well, the thing that's most troubling is that I believe everyone that is in the circle, whether it's the inner circle or outside of the inner circle, most of them have had some connection or ties with Russia.
And that's okay.
But
And
listen,
they're in a position as congressmen of the United States, they have that authority.
yeah, they can have connection, but the connection we're talking about, it has to do with finances and things of that nature. It's not for the benefit of the American people. It has benefited them.
Yeah.
Okay. And so now, as people are going to be exposed, we're going to find out how entrenched their relationships
Now,
are.
Denise is bringing us back to sanity. See, there are two kinds of relationships that you can have with foreign countries. One is a professional one, and one is a state one, through the State Department.
But you have to have
One, you
permission.
focus.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
You have to focus on the laws and benefits. Anything that you do must benefit the American people.
But they have,
Okay, and then
the
there are
FBI
other
got
personal-
proof. They have proof that they talked about sanctions, because Obama had just sanctioned Russia because they said they felt like they interfered with our election.
Mm-hmm.
He had just sanctioned them. They have phone calls where they talked about sanctions, lifting a sanction. That is not a professional. That is giving them information about something that's none of their business. We're sharing with the enemy.
I would agree with that if that's the case.
Yeah, well, that's what they
But I
said,
don't
that
know
he
that
shares.
that's the case.
Yeah, that's what they said. They
Well,
spoke
this is
of-
what they're talking about
Yeah,
now
I don't
in
know.
terms of this is going to be
This could be
exposed.
speculated,
And
so I
Yes.
don't-
yeah,
I
we're
would
talking
not wanna-
speculation perhaps, but in the interim, these relationships have been ongoing, and they're going to be brought out. you know, if given an opportunity. But see, each time we have doors closed, that makes it more and more real to American people who are paying attention that there's something amiss. There's something going on that shouldn't be, because if you are so transparent, you should be putting all the cards on the table. But you're not doing that because, again, we're talking about a relationship that's built on some kind of a financial relationship as opposed to helping the American people as a group.
Well, you know why the Republicans have had a difficulty with the press for many, many years? That they were biased and they don't trust the place. That's why the press corps is not in the West Wing anymore. They moved them down the street.
Okay, you can move the press. You can move the press.
Hostile.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And
They got a lot of ink that they can use against the president.
of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
and he gives them a lot to write about.
Yeah, by not being a little bit more open,
And a lot of it is speculation.
and then you've got a person like Spicer, whatever his name is, Spicer,
Yeah.
and he's not helping the situation at
No.
all. He's not in. I'm interjecting him because, like I said, it's part of the whole. You know, you've got an allegory, if you will, down there at the White House. You've got,
Okay, doctor.
I mean, seriously, you've got a situation now where you got Jared, who's running multiple
With no
entities
experience.
with no
No
What
experience.
is he, 30, 34 years old? And I'm not saying he's not intelligent, but he has no experience behind him to be dealing with world leaders. You know, Trump is not supposed to have these people in his stead. Yes, you're supposed to have surrogates to do the work, but not this guy, because not only is this nepotism in the highest form.
That may be, but his age has nothing to do with it. You go back over the country's development, many of those people were in their 30s. And
This
they put
may
together
be
this
true.
whole country.
But they had a political background. What we're saying is that you didn't go to any house before you came to the White House, but now you're running the house, and that's why they're finding so many errors in the White House, is because you're not
The
pulling.
errors were there for years.
Well, of course, but you're not pulling from the wisdom. You've gotten rid of wisdom, and you've replaced it with your daughter, your son-in-law, his friend. I mean, it's like the people you sent over your son-in-law before you sent over the Secretary of State.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that. But,
Yeah, and it's
but I
because you don't
know.
understand how policy goes, because you're not familiar.
Who does it?
And Tillerson, as the Secretary of State, he had a personal relationship with these people for years.
Yeah, Tillerson is really
He
good.
won an award.
He's a good man.
He may be a good
He'll be
man,
good
but he
man.
may not be a good man for that
And he
position.
stands up for the country.
He
No,
may not
no,
be a
he
good
didn't.
man for that position.
Why wouldn't he be?
Because, like I said, his relationship was monetary,
business. It was
business.
business.
It was business. And so now you come in as a political appointee, if you will. Now you have to make decisions that are contrary to your own pocketbook.
We
and
have
to-
done that for years.
It's not
leaders
working
have
well
come
for
from
him.
business and
It's not
education.
working well for him.
That deal that Tillerson made with Russia was $50 billion. That made Tillerson a multimillionaire.
They're billionaires.
All
Most
right.
of them down there are
Okay.
billionaires. Don't be fooled.
So money talks
That-
and the
Was
other
he-
stuff walks.
What was he, when he made the deal? Was he operating on the guise of the United States
Exxon.
government?
Exxon.
Was
Money
it
is
United
money.
States government?
Money is money regardless
Was it- no,
of what
no,
side
no,
of the
no,
fence
no.
you're on.
See, in the United States, they give they have a commerce department that provides for the development of business that brings wealth into the country. Okay, he was acting in the capacity of a business leader. That was his job.
But it had ramifications, all right?
But he was not serving government's interest.
Who knows what he was serving?
He was
all right?
serving his
sorry.
own
$50
interests.
billion worth of
He was serving his own
worth of
interests.
oil
I take issue with
to
you.
Russia.
I take issue with you.
There is some undeveloped, what is it, gas, oil
Yeah.
in Russia. By Tillerson being there, do you think that's just a coincidence that the guy that developed all of Exxon oil is over there as a leader for us? You think that's by coincidence?
I don't know, but the United States does nothing for anybody else unless it benefits.
No, it's not for us. Look at what his whole cabinet is doing. Everything is for them. It's not for us.
For them?
They're benefiting themselves. We're
How?
not benefiting from any relationship that they have.
How is that happen? Show me. Demonstrate how they benefit
I mean,
themselves. and not the
he's
country.
removing every regulation that we had that was to help us, and he's
Help
promised
us do what?
get more jobs. Who got more jobs?
Hold
now?
it. You gotta do something before you get more.
No, he said coal
That's
miners
great.
will go back to work. So
Yes.
he backed up the regulation.
Okay. To
They-
put more coal miners back to work.
Are they back to work?
No.
I don't know that.
No,
yet.
they're not
No
going back to
one,
work.
no one.
And if
has
they
no
go back
new
to
jobs.
work, if they go back to work to one of the most dangerous jobs in
Right.
the country, if you've taken away the regulations to try to make sure that their jobs are a little safer, you're putting them in a death trap.
Well,
You're
I
putting them
don't
back
know
in a
about
death
that.
trap. Oh yes.
No, hang
He's
on,
put
hang on.
skids on the
What
Environmental
he's
Protection
doing
Agency.
is making us
All right?
energy dependent, guys. You know, the petroleum fuel that we have here in this country will last us probably 100 or 200 years, if that.
Then why don't they go to solar
We got lots
power?
of coal. We got a lot of oil and sand fields that we can be capturing now and saving our fuel.
But
should we have to go to
I
war.
think what one needs to look at is the environment. What the
I agree with you.
Sand oils and coal is polluting the environment. All right, many places in the world, okay, are being flooded.
Now,
Okay, because
this
of,
sounds good.
Because of no, it's a fact.
This-
all right,
Okay, go ahead.
it's a fact.
It sounds good, but there's
You know what I
some flaws in
mean?
it.
Well, we have to open our eyes and see the
But-
reality of what's going on. all
Okay,
right?
but once you put these people back to coal mines and oil sands and something like that, it would develop a whole new industry
That's going
for
backwards.
pollution control devices.
No.
No.
You guys
No.
don't even
Not
follow
if you're
that.
back. Just like they said, we lead the country in new stuff, technology. Why would we go backwards?
I don't know that we're
Because
going
you didn't
backwards.
pass that class. He didn't pass that class.
But
But anyway, this has been one heck of a
Well,
conversation.
I don't see where
we
you're going.
we must end at
We're
this
becoming
time.
fuel
Okay.
independent.
Relax, relax.
Well, but anyway, this is Ronald Berry Robinson and friends saying until next time, please stay focused.